Good afternoon, my fans and my great people. And this afternoon, I would like to discuss or to share my thoughts on something which has been trending for it in Kenya, social media, and both in the electronic and in the normal newspapers. Now, there has been quite a hullabaloo about the killings of our young ladies, of our young women, our daughters. And so the question which I want to answer today, as a sociologist, as a counselor, and as a psychologist, is it femicide? Or is it normal killing of young women which is taking place in Kenya? What is happening? Is it that there is a general killing of women? Is there such a hatred of women that men are just killing our young girls and many times very resourceful and ladies who have got a future cut off, who have bright future? Now, if I have to discuss something very interesting, the whole blame has been on the Airbnb. The question is, we will be losing focus to be thinking that the Airbnb is contributing to our young women being killed. What is just happening is just happening that those incidents are taking place in those Airbnb. And let us also ask ourselves, why are they so popular when it comes to such incidents? Airbnb, they are more likely to protect your privacy rather than the lodgings. It's not that they are the ones which are contributing. They are just facilitating the aspect of privacy. And you see now in this facade of Airbnb, these rooms are well equipped. They have got kitchen, they have got knives and other accessories. They are packed full of arsenals, which any person with bad thought can use them to kill another person. These things, you may not get them in a lodging. And so, it's not the Airbnb which is facilitating the killing. I want to address the factors which I think are contributing to this phenomenon. Now, the Airbnb, when we make we tend to make a statement that they are contributing. Statistically, we may not be sure that the number of women who are killed, the number of young girls who are killed, or young women for that matter, they are killed in Airbnb. Statistically, we don't have the number. There might have been even 5 young women who might have been killed in other environment that day, but because of the social media, which also magnify these incidents, which they happen to have been Airbnb, then we tend to think this is where these crimes are taking place. But that may not be true. These crimes can take place in other places. Might take place even in our very home, even among our relatives. These killings can take place because statistically things, or even in matters of criminological data, make such killings very, very close. It usually takes place among people who are very close, people who are very intimate, friends and relatives. Now, one reason I tend to think is contributing to this killing, I attribute it to what we call the sadomasochism. Sadomasochism is a sexual deviation where a person, a man, in many cases, try to get the life sexual satisfaction from inflicting pain. When they are inflicting pain, when they are beating these ladies, when they are tying them with ropes, they get sexual satisfaction. I'm trying to put this argument because in almost all these incidents, there hasn't been the issue of sexual attack. Sadomasochists, they use pain, they derive pleasure by seeing other people suffering. Might it be a case of sadomasochists? It's a lot. Then the second one, are these people, might they be psychopaths? Psychopaths are people who may be mentally unstable. They may be egocentric. They are people with antisocial personality. They are very egocentric. They have no empathy. They are self-centered. They don't think about any other person. And the psychopaths can kill you. They don't even value life. It seems as if to them there is no value of life. Might they be psychopaths? Whom by extension, they just happen to come from certain countries outside Kenya? Or what is happening? Even Kenyans, they may be doing such crimes, but they are not caught. So, let us not focus our mind that these things are happening with men from West Africa being victims. I'm not supporting them. But as a scholar, I also tend to think it will be a very cheap generalization or a cheap statement. So, psychopaths, they have no feeling and they don't care. Might these people also be killed for rituals? Their parts are needed, their fluids are needed. If at all they have sex, might they be used, some people somewhere, wanting to use it for rituals? What about if these people are being killed sometime, even for the body parts to be sold in certain countries, where the demand may be available? There may be such a possibility. There is also the aspect of drugs. The victims may be drugged. The ones who are doing whatever they are doing, they might have drugged them. And this issue of drug may be contributing to the problem of this killing. Yes, it may not be intentional drugging, but our young ladies might be exposed to harming drinks, whiskeys and the rest. And then when they're in that state, anything can be done by their men. Then there is the aspect I'm also looking at. Some of these foreigners, for example, they may be having a lot of money, but then they cannot be able to open a bank account in Kenya. So what are they going to do? They are going to time women especially who have got a lot of money, and so they want to use them to whereby their money can be banked. And on the process, these women become cunning and they want to swindle them. Now when they want to swindle them, these men are going to revenge and they are going to kill them. So is the use of a deal gone sour or betrayal of the agreement which these ladies might have got into with these men from other countries or foreigners for that matter. Then there is the aspect of flashy lifestyles. Some of these girls, many of them, they are from poor background. poor background. There is the issue of wants. They want they compare themselves with their peers. There are things they need. They want the modern phone, iPhone and the rest. They want the latest shoes, the latest dress or trousers. They want to go to the best saloonist in town. They want perfumes. And they don't have money. Then here there is somebody who is promising that they are going to meet their needs. So they fall a victim. And this also tied up with the lifestyle is the aspect of poor background, or the socioeconomic status of these girls are wanting. So there is a statement in Kenya, about the socioeconomic status of some members of our society, and so this killing is a reflection of the needs and wants which most households cannot be able to supply. That is the ugly statement, the ugly reality which the Kenyan society have to bear with, rather than trying to bring A and B and B. Now, what about the issue of technology? Dating sites. This exposure to dating sites. Our girls, they are getting into dating sites and they are lured from there. They don't care. They don't know that person. You are given a very good package. Let's meet. You don't know the background. You don't know the character of this person. And then you fall into their trap. Yes? And some of these girls who are being trapped, they also lack exposure. The aspect of even security, personal security, they are not aware. Yes? And then there is also the aspect of aimless trust. You trusting everybody. This, what am I trying to say? Parents should tell their children, to be very, very careful. They should not trust strangers. There should also be proper monitoring. There should be a relationship built between the parents and their children, and even the siblings among themselves. They should be very open, so that when you want to go somewhere, see whom you are going to meet. Give the contact. I'm going to meet so and so. What is his contact? What is his telephone number? So that in case of something happening, they are able to be held accountable. The aspect of socialization. I am just giving this message to the parents. Socialization. Socialize your children as you bring them up in parenting, that they don't glorify material needs, material things, the great things, the best trappings of the society, the best trappings, that tell your children, if they work very hard, one day they will get those things. But then this idea of getting things, getting free things, getting free lunch, this society doesn't have that. And on the process of thinking that you can get a free ride, you can get free lunch, you can become smart, you are going to lose your life. Otherwise, I hope you are going to think more about this. Is it femicide or normal killing of our young women? There are factors, there are push factors which are making them go to the killing den, to the den where they are slaughtered, to the slaughter house, to the butcher where they are butchered. What is pushing them there? It is not the A and B and B. Don't be cheated. That is bring on the wrong side. We have to give it a critical think. I am just requesting that in my channel, A Moment with Rokwaru, YouTube. Please, in the comment section, you can also write what you feel is the cause. Put your input there, and I will greatly appreciate. Thank you very much for listening to me. You are great people. Adios.